Today we're looking at the worst cards in Magic the Gathering cycles. I'm going to start off with Forbidding Watchtower. Now this comes from the creature lands of Urza's Legacy. You've heard of Treetop Village and Fairy Conclave, hopefully. But if you haven't, there was this cycle of lands that you can animate into creatures. The white one wasn't so hot. So it enters the battlefield tapped out a white mana in your mana pool, and you got to pay 2 mana for this thing to turn into a 1/5 creature until end of turn, and it counts as a land. That's it. It doesn't have first strike. It doesn't have reach, despite the fact that it's in the air. It's basically a bump on the log. You might as well have given it Defender, in my opinion. Has anyone heard of the Forbidden Watchtower? I had to look it up to find out. It's like, I know those creature lands are so bad, but how bad are they actually? All right, John with Healing Salve from the Boon Cycle. I was going to start the show off with this thing, but I thought I'd let everyone else have this one. The white instant, choose one target player gains 3 life or prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt to a target creature or player this turn. And if you don't know what cycle this is from, it's just from the 1 mana cycle. The OG one drops. The black had Dark Ritual, red had Lightning Bolt, blue had Ancestral Recall. That's right, Healing Salve is in the same cycle as Ancestral Recall. And I got green had Giant Growth, which honestly has not aged very well, but you know what? It's not that bad. It's not as bad as Healing Salve, that's for sure. Okay, we got Oh Boy with Pearl Shard. It's probably the worst of the Mirrodin shards. We're not looking always at the worst card, just the bad ones. So there could be multiple bad cards in a cycle. Maybe even 4 out of 5 of the cards are bad in the cycle. Pearl Shard is a 3-mana artifact. Pay 3 tap, or pay a white and tap. Prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. What was the good one? Yeah, this is awful. This is absolute trash. This pay 3 or tap. Yeah, I'm spending effectively 6 mana or even 4 mana to prevent ourselves from losing 2 life. Nope, definitely not worth it. Steve Cooper talking about the Healing Salve versus Draw 3. Yeah, both in the same. It should have been like, well, it was all 3s, right? When we talk about the 3s thing. 3 life, 3 damage, grow by 3, 3 mana, 3 cards. Apparently it's all the same. Back in the day, they did value life a lot more than anything else, more than land drops or card draw and whatever, so. It was a skill issue at the time. It was a skill issue. But we all know better by now. We know way better. Bryce with Shivan Gorge, I think. Not Shivan George. Shivan George! Hey there, George. No, it's Gorge. Do you know someone named George, Bryce? There was a Freudian slip there, I'm sure. Okay, the Shivan Gorge, a legendary land. Tap for a colorless. For 3 mana, tap. Shivan Gorge deals 1 damage to each opponent. I don't remember the... So this is the original one. Was this... I can't remember what cycle this was from. I do know that it was part of a cycle. 3 mana, or basically tap 4, deal 1 damage to everybody. It's going to add up, all right? All you have to do is set up a prison lock, make sure that you're invincible. No one can touch you. No one can deal damage. No one can attack. You have infinite Teferi's protections, and eventually you'll win the game. It's a simple process. It's a very simple process. Next up, let's take a look at Dinglebag's Thunderscape Apprentice. From the Apprentice cycle, I believe, is the worst of the 5 apprentices. I've never heard of this one. That's how bad it is. We have a black 1/1. Pay a black, tap. Target player loses 1 life. Pay green, tap. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It's not Deathrite Shaman, but I'm getting Deathrite Shaman vibes off this card. It's like a much... I mean, it doesn't even add mana, but anyway, it's like... It's a card. You spend black and green mana. You can reduce someone's life total with this. It's basically the same damn thing. Oh, is it the Tolarian Academy? Oh, this was from the Tolarian Academy cycle? Oh, I didn't know any of them added mana. Like, this one can at least add colorless mana. Oh, yeah, this one's trash compared to the one... There was one that There was Guy's Cradle to Layton's Academy, and there was the white one for enchantments. I don't know what the black one was. Next up, I don't know. I don't know if Yavimaya. No, I don't think Yavimaya Hollow was part of this colorless land cycle, or unless it was this cycle. Like, I don't know what was else in this cycle, to be honest. Next up, let's take a look at what was Leech part of. I don't remember the. Okay, Alabaster Leech. I don't remember the cycle that this thing came from. Was there a cycle? Was there a Leech cycle? Let's see if there was a Leech cycle. There was a bit of a cycle. There was some leeches. Black spells you play cost black more to cast. I haven't heard of this one either. Okay. So Alabaster Leech, a white 1/3. White spells you play cost 1 more, which completely defeats the purpose of having any white spells in your deck at all. Why would you? I don't think mana curve was a thing that they thought about a long time ago, but you would really need to put a lot more white mana sources in your deck so you can cast this card on turn 1. What else was there? We have the Androdite Leech. It's a 3-mana 2/2. Black spells you play cost black more, and for a black, Androdite Leech gets +1/+1 until end of turn, so we can actually buff this card. Where's the other leeches? Oh, this was a good one. I played that one before. That was it. That was a very good one back in the day. It was just 4 mana 5/5. Who cares? You're beating someone down with that thing. I don't see a red one here. Oh no, they've got the Ruby Leech. For 2 mana, it's a 2/2 with first strike. Most of these leeches were terrible. Yeah, and this was undisputedly the worst one. Jade Leech was great. I played it back in the day. I had a Fires of Yavimaya deck. It was awesome. Just smack people for huge chunks of damage. Okay, we got Meme Bruley with one of the greatest cycles of all time, the Sword cycle. Sword of Once and Future. What is that compared to the rest? It's funny you're asking me this. I think all the swords are bad. Like, of course, some are better than others, but I just find them all so clunky. So 3-mana equipment, +2/+2, and has protection from blue and from black. But the black is not bad. There's a lot of removal in black. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, Surveil 2. Then you may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into graveyard, exile it instead. It's a Snapcaster Mage sword. You didn't like this? You didn't like this one, Meme Bruley. You don't like this sword. I mean, it'll completely take the surprise out of the game, that's for sure. Snapcaster Mage is supposed to surprise you. Sword of Once and Future, not really. We got Benjamin Berkey with Rhystic Circle. Is worse than Rhystic Cave. Okay. That's saying something. Those are bold, strong words around here, Benjamin Berkey. 4 mana for an enchantment. Pay 1. Any player can pay 1. If no one does, the next time a sorcerer of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. If no one does, any player can pay 1. If no one does, the next time... Oh, I see. So you can pay mana to prevent damage, but they can pay a mana to counteract it. Very bizarre. Is it only 1 damage, or is it just a source? Yeah, it's a source. Source of your choice. I'm learning about cards that I did not even have any concept that they exist. This is like the worst of the worst of the worst from Prophecy. Leyline of the Void. This is like one of the most popular Leylines, Dinglebag. It's actually an incredibly popular strategic card. That is definitely not the worst. Next up, let's take a look at Christopher B. Chorus of the Conclave. Big Legends from Ravnica. Ooh, the Big Legends. This is an 8 mana 3/8 Dryad. It's got Forest Walk though. All right, unblockable versus the Bop player. As an additional cost to cast creature spells, you may pay any amount of mana. If you do, that creature enters the battlefield with that many +1/+1 counters on it. That is really clunky. But you know what? If you can cast this card fairly, then I guess you can get a lot of +1/+1 counters on your future creatures. Next, it's got a Vibrant Toucan, Stormscape Master. is the worst of the Invasion Master Cycle. I didn't even know there was a Master Cycle. What else is there for Masters there? This is a 4-mana 2/2 wizard. Double white tap. Target creature gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. All right, we got like the clunkiest off-color Mother of Runes of all time. And we also have for black tap. Target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. That's not bad. It's a nice end of turn activated ability. Not that I would ever play this card for 4 mana. Not really a master of anything. Gaining protection and also draining and gaining. A little bit of everything. Jack of all trades, if you ask me. Next up, let's look for... Yeah, they do something at least. But you'd really want to hold up the mana for this? It's it's a big chonker. Okay, we have Archangel New with Aven Shrine. Do they actually have a... Do they have a short form there? John says, to search for cards in a cycle on Scryfall, the command is Oracle Tag Cycle. Oh, they do. Interesting. I should look up all the tags on Scryfall, so just to get ideas for the show. Aven Shrine, a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell, that player gains X life, where X is the number of cards in all graveyards with the same name as that spell. Holy crap, that is awful. Gets even worse if you're looking at a commander game. Not going to be a lot of cards of the same type in graveyards, that's for sure. Trying to think. Okay. Oh, wait. There is. Whoa. I figured it out. You need to play this with like Relentless Rats or those cards that say you're gonna play with any number of these cards in your deck. This plus Aven Shrine might be some sort of infinite life gain combo. Especially, but you do have to play the spell, so you have to bring them back to your hand, then recast it. You got to get some looping nonsense going on. So maybe there's some potential here with the Aven Shrine. There's some potential here. We're gonna make it work, chat. We're gonna make it work. Okay, next up, let's take a look at the Unlocked with the Water Crystal. Is okay, but worse than the others. I have no doubt about it. Okay, 4 mana, legendary artifact. Blue spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4 instead. And then also for 6 mana, tap each opponent mills cards equal to the number of cards in our hand. So you mill that many cards plus you're gonna mill 4. Blue spells. I don't know why this thing feels like a land to me, but it's a legendary artifact. I do have to pay 4 cold hard blue mana for this. Need the blue mana to save. You got to spend mana to save mana. Yasaru, thank you very much for your super chat. Urabrask. Heretic Praetor. Was this part of a Praetor cycle? Also, shout out to Pejman. Shout out to Pejman, indeed. Pejman will probably join us at some point. This is a 5. What was the was there a Praetor cycle in New Capenna? Praetor. This is not helping me. Is there a New Capenna Praetor cycle? I don't know what cycle this is from. Does anyone know what cycle this is from? 5 mana, 4/4 haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn. Instead, they exile the top card of their library. They may play it this turn. I think we need to you guys have to prove the cycle it's coming from. This in comparison to Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Oh, is Sheoldred from New Capenna? Oh yeah, if you compare this to Sheoldred the Apocalypse, this is downright garbage. Oh, the cycle was spread over multiple sets. All right, fair. I guess they got Praetors in all sorts of places. Sharex, the Silent King, worst commander in Warhammer 40k cycle. That's not a cycle. Sorry about that. That's a set. Warhammer 40k is a set. It's not a cycle. Steve Cooper, the Force of Rage. Oh my, I completely forgot about this card. Yeah, from Modern Horizons 1. 16 cents. That's how underloved this card is. 3 mana for an instant. If it's not your turn, you can exile a red card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Create 2 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with trample and haste. Sacrifice those tokens at the beginning of your next upkeep. The problem is if you want to play it for free, then they're not going to attack. It's just like a weird blocker. Oh, is it completely underloved, or is this just stone cold trash? Yeah, it looks pretty bad. I mean, it looked bad at the time. I don't think there was a lot of positive vibes for the Force of Rage. I think for the most part, people who evaluated the forces evaluated them correctly. Because this one is it's just clunky. All the other forces are great on the opponent's turn, not this one. This one's just junk. Because you can only block, you can't be aggro with it. 3 mana for, but it's like a ball, it's like a diversified ball lightning. But who needs that in 20, like this came out in 2019. No one needed ball lightning at that point. Ball lightning was above and beyond pushed out of the game. Next super chat from John. Thank you very much for your super chat. Faded Retribution from the Faded cycle. Thank you so much for letting me know what the cycle was. This is a 7 mana instant. Destroy all creatures and planeswalkers. Now, if it's your turn, scry 2. That is really expensive for a Wrath of God. It's incredibly expensive for Wrath of God. Megamika says, funny you mentioned this since I was thinking of the worst of the Alliance pitch cycles. Oh, the Scars of Veteran. Okay, I'll get you the Scars of Veteran. But before we go, I mean, I can't imagine playing this over, say, something way more versatile like Farewell. Or like Farewell, what's even more devious than Faded Retribution? Maybe just play Wrath of God. I mean, I know it doesn't destroy the Planeswalkers, but how big of a deal is that? Okay, we'll go to the Scars of Veteran. A 5 mana instant. Did come from Alliances. You may remove a white card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Prevent the next 7 damage that would be dealt to any target this turn. If it's a creature, put a +0/+1 counter on it for each 1 damage prevented this way at the beginning of the next end step. You know what? At least they're buffing the creature. I think maybe, no guarantee, maybe damage prevention would actually be playable if it actually acted like that. Like if for every damage you prevent, you get a +0/+1 counter, or even maybe a +1/+1 counter. That would definitely start seeing some play. +1/+1 might be broken, but maybe +0/+1 shouldn't be too bad. And Vibrant Toucan loves the weird counters. +0/+1 is not that weird. It's not so common anymore, though. Certainly can't say it's common. Okay, Kalantara's Liliana Vess. Oh, no love for Liliana Vess, do you? Was the worst of the Lorwyn 5. Anyone dispute that? Okay, this one doesn't protect herself very well. 5 mana, 5 loyalty, +1. Target player discards a card. Even more awkward in Commander. -2, search your library for a card, shuffle your library and put it on top. So 5 mana Vampiric Tutor, sorcery speed, also not very hot. -8, put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. That's hot. That's pretty hot. If you can get there. It's going to require 4 turns and no one attacking it, but maybe you can get there. We got Barakat Music with Adventures Guildhouse. Adventures from the Banding Land Cycle from Legends. Adventures. I spelled Adventures wrong. What if I just look up Guildhouse? Guildhouse. There it is. Oh, it's Adventure. Oh, sorry. You wrote it right. I just couldn't find it. The Adventurers Guildhouse is a land. All your green legends gain bands with other legends. You know, it's funny you say that. All these cards are bad. I think this whole cycle is bad. Is there even a single good card out of this, like, legends banding cycle? All your green legends bands with other legends. I think the same thing is with... I think they have the exact same thing for blue, black, white, and blue, black, white, and red. Bring back banding. There's only one thing to do, Vibrant Toucan. You gotta play 93, 94. Or you can play pre-mod. I think there's some banding in pre-modern. I think. There's one for each color. They all suck. Yeah, I mean... I should almost disqualify this thing because it's like the worst. It's like, you might as well just say it's like one of the best in the cycle. We're trying to find the worst in a cycle. They were equally bad. The whole thing was garbage. Next up, let's take... Oh, look at that. Bryce loves Liliana Vest. Some love for Liliana over there. Let's get Corey with Thumatog. From the Atog cycle. Thaumatog? Thaumatog. Okay, 3 mana for a 1/2. Sack a land. Oh, God. Oh, no. Gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Sack an enchantment, though. Get +1/+1 until end of turn. What were the other ones? What else did you have to sacrifice? Were they all permanents? I know I know there's one for artifacts, so that one's not too bad, especially since you can multiply the artifacts. The lands, though, we can't multiply the lands very well. You know, our lands are incredibly precious. Just until... That's right, that's how the Atogs worked. Well, you want it to be permanent? Then it could be then it'd be even stronger. Psychotog might go down in history as like one of the best creatures ever if it was permanent. Atog might be worse. That's like the Sliver Queen. What was it? Sack and Atog. It gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the sacked Atog's power. That's just a weird card. No, I agree. Yeah, sacking lands. No, that's 2 thumbs down from me. That's for sure. We have Adeptus. Okay, Sharak, the Silent King, face commander cycle. AI told me this is a cycle. The what? Okay, Sharak, the Silent King. From the face commander. What the hell is a face commander? Can anyone, like, verify this? Okay, I'm just gonna Google. Is there a face... Is there a face commander cycle? Question mark. Yes, there are face commander cycles in Magic the Gathering, referring to sets like Commander 2020, 2019, each year that feature specific legendary creatures as the highlighted face. Oh my god. This is stupid. Okay, 4 mana for a 3/2 flyer. It's a Necron. My will be done. Whenever Sharak, the Silent King, attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put an artifact, creature card, or vehicle card from among the cards milled this way. Oh, into your hand. So not even onto the battlefield. It's sort of mostly just a self-milling thing. It was a set of 4 commander decks. It's not a cycle. Well, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna blame them. The Google said it was a cycle. It's a cycle of whatever face is on the commander deck, which is dumb. I agree, it's stupid. But I'm not gonna go against what Google said. All hail Google. All hail Lord Google and YouTube. I am not worthy. I am I am completely bent to your will. Okay, Menose with Vine Dryad. Since my Alliance pitch card was taken, let's do a Mercadian Masks pitch cycle. Now remember, there can be 2 or 3 bad cards from a cycle. So we can look at other bad cards from the cycle. There isn't just one, the worstest of every cycle. We can also look at all the bad cards from, popular cycles. So Vine Dryad is a 4 mana 1/3 Dryad with Forest Walk. You may play Vine Dryad anytime you could play an instant. You may remove a green card in your hand from the game instead of paying Vine Dryad's mana cost. Was this the pitch? Was this the pitch card? So there was like Unmask, I think, was foil part of it? No, remove a green card in your hand from the game. Okay, so no, foil wasn't part of it. That was a discard card. What was blue? Just can't remember what blue was. I know Unmask was part of the cycle though. Unmask was pretty strong. You play the Vine and CD. Wow, how does this card see play in CDH? You need a random creature to enter the battlefield and sacrifice to something? Nick says, worst bad cards from otherwise busted cycles, Shiv and Gorge. I think we did that one already. Sorry about that. Yeah, we did that one. A little too late there, Nix. Don't worry, you can try again. Ah, Misdirection. Love it. Oh, yeah. Huge fan of what? I'm so stupid. That's one of my favorite cards of all time. Yeah, Vine Dread not looking so good compared to Misdirection and Unmask, that's for sure. Okay, we have EU Highlander Jams with Flare of Duplication. Flare of Duplication is a 3-mana instant. You may sacrifice a non-token red creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. This is banned in Historic, actually. Okay, here's the funny thing. I've never heard of this card before. Despite the fact it came out in Modern Horizons 3, and I'm sure I saw in a spoiler or something, you can sack a non-token red creature, then pay the spell's mana cost. So I'm sort of like with you. This card is bad. But actually, it's been banned in one format. So it has to be, like, sort of good somewhere. So probably this is not good enough for this show. Probably too good for this show. Is Misdirection CDH playable? Because I never seem to have a target in, like, casual games. It's like, it's worthless in casual EDH. No one single targets anything. It's all or nothing in that format. Let's take a look at... Does anyone have no card yet? Aoli Washington doesn't have one. Caveron. Memorial World from the Planet Cycle. Or planets, huh? Not that a lot of the other planets were all that great in the first place. I don't know if any of them are really seeing serious play. Okay, so this land enters tapped. You tap for a red. You can also station it. Now for 2 mana, tap sacrifice a land. Create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Then creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. The haste is a bit weird. After I've already charged this thing up like crazy, I imagine I don't need haste for the creatures that I have already on the battlefield. Next up, we've got Toilet Duck with the Oath of Kaya. Was it that bad? I don't know if this is the worst Oath, but I'm sure it's not the best. When Oath of Kaya enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. This actually saw a good chunk of play. Because I can't remember how it was used. It was used in such a way that it got bounced back to your hand and you looped Oath of Kaya over and over again. Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with one or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life. It was like some sort of ETB blinking deck. I don't think this was the worst. I'm not going to say it was the best, but I would put it more in the medium. There's definitely got to be worse Oaths out there. There's definitely worse Oaths out there. Okay, we're going to look at way more of the worst cards from Cycles, but we do have to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Why? Because I love buying my cards from FusionGamingOnline.com, especially since they sponsor me. But I've been shopping with them for over a decade. I think 1.5 decades at this point, maybe even longer. Oh man, they've been around forever. For as long as I can remember, because they've got an enormous inventory of cards to help me buy and stock up for my Commander, Modern, Pioneer, Pauper, and whatever deck I need to build. And when I buy cards these days, I always go online because I get 5% off using coupon code Nikachu at checkout, and you can too. So please do it because it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online, the digital platform to play all paper formats but digitally. Yeah, that's right. Commander, one-on-one Commander, Pauper, Standard, Pioneer, Legacy. And you don't need to own any of the cards. You can rent. You have the whole access, the whole damn thing when you rent with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below or save 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription using coupon code Nikachu_58V. And okay, let's go back to our crazy cards. The worst of the worstest cards. We did Alabaster Leech already. It's been done. There was actually a lot of other bad cards in that Leech cycle, that's for sure. Menose says, problem is the other cards in the cycle I originally wanted are amazing, great, and passably respective. Do you know what? Passably respective might not be passable to the grand world. Overlord of the Flood Pits by Turiot. Throw out your passively respectable cards. Although, I don't know, maybe Oath of Kai is a passively respectable card. 5 mana for a 5/3 Avatar Warrior with Impending 4 flying. When Overlord of the Flood Pits enters or attacks, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. This thing looks crazy to me. Why? Yeah, this thing doesn't really see any play. Does it see play? Does it see play in Standard? Maybe it's like more of a commander card. You draw 2 cards. Well, okay, Impending 4 is like 3 mana. Maybe it's a bit chunky. I know Overlord of the Mistborns, Overlord of the... I know the black and white one. I don't know the red one. I know the green one. Yeah, I haven't heard the blue one before. No play in Standard. Oh, sorry about that, Overlord of the Flood Pits. Gotta stay in that pit for a little bit longer. Next up, let's take a look at Nyx Neon with White Sun Zenith. White Sun Zenith. So we've all heard of Blue Sun Zenith. I think that's the only one I've heard of. I don't know if anyone plays black, red, or oh no, and Green Sun Zenith actually sees a good chunk of play. White Sun Zenith though is a white X instant. Create X 2/2 white cat creature tokens. Shuffle White Sun Zenith into its owner's library. You know, now I read this is not that bad. I don't think it's competitive, but I don't think it's the worst card in the world either. It's basically an army in a can once you have enough mana out. John, thanks so much for your super chat. Chronotog Totem, worst totem card. Chronotog Totem. Okay, maybe we're just gonna look up Totem. There we go, Chronotog. Oh, I thought this was actually like a combo piece, if I remember correctly. So 3 mana artifact, tap for a blue. For 2 mana, Chronotog Totem becomes a 1/2 blue Atog artifact creature until end of turn. For 0 mana, Chronotog Totem gets +3/+3 until end of turn. You skip your next turn. Play this ability only once each turn and only if Chronotog Totem is a creature. They're preventing you from skipping infinite turns. Evil. So you can't even do evil things with this and like Teferi's Protection. How rude. Very rude. Sable Soul is like, oh, damn, beat me to it. Oh, Bob Talks Bridge shows up out of nowhere. Howltooth Hollow. When Bob Talks Bridge speaks or talks, everyone must listen. Howltooth Hollow is a land with Hideaway. Tap for a black to your mana. Add a black to your mana pool. Also for a black tap, you may play the remove card without paying its mana cost if each player has no cards in hand. That must be hard. That must be so hard to pull off, especially in EDH where you need to be responsible for everyone to have no cards in hand. I guess you have to. I don't know how you play this with Worldfire. I had an idea, but then the idea failed because Worldfire will get rid of everything in play, including the Howltooth Hollow. Oh well. Next up, let's look at GM8 with Obscuring Haze. So this is some sort of free commander cycle. This is the 3 mana instant. If you control a commander, you may cast the spell without paying its mana cost. Ah, yes. So the blue one was like a free negate. The red one was a redirect. I don't know the other ones. If you control, and then prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures your opponents control. Oh, so it's not a bad Gotham card. It's all damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures the opponents control, but not that you control. So you go send all in. You'd be like, okay, I'm all in. Or you can do one of those stupid bluffs like, I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to attack with everything. And your opponent would be like, this is a really bad attack. But, you know, you look convincingly like you have no other choice. So I'll just make all these blocks. And then you go, boom, Obscuring Haze. You don't deal damage, but I deal damage. Old Boy is a huge fan of Obscuring Haze. Don't get me wrong, I would never play a Fog in any of my decks. I'm not a Fog person. What if the Hollow is the combo piece for one with nothing? Who knows? Could be. Sable Salt still, are you defending the White Sun Zenith? 6 mana to be on rate per bodies and a color that specializes in pumping out tokens. White Sun Zenith is unusable. Its intended play pattern is running it with a bunch of board wipes multiple times. Ah, okay. You're not defending it at all. Just shoving it further into the garbage. Let's next. We've got... You want all the Sun Zeniths? One at a time. What about the Amoeboid Changeling from the Changeling cycle? There's a Changeling cycle? And I thought this one... Amoeboid Changeling. I think this is a jank card, isn't it? Like, this is a very popular jank card. Because you can... it gains all... It has all creature types. Or I can't remember. Is this a combo card? Maybe not. 2 mana 1/1 Changeling. I don't know the other Changeling, to be honest. Tap, target creature gains all creature types until end of turn. Or tap, target creature loses all creature types until end of turn. I don't know how often you need someone to lose all its creature types, but it's there. I won't be happy if you target my Merfolk with it, that's for sure. Megamika is like, I believe in Fog. The bank. The Fog bank. Fog believer. Are you guys talking about that Cold Ones YouTube channel? I just say Fog, and then like all of a sudden they all start coming in. Did I hear Fog? Is it Fog season? Okay, Rakdos. How about Fasting? What's the cycle it's from? Or is there a 1 mana cycle here? 1 mana enchantments. Okay, you may choose to skip your draw phase. If you do, you gain 2 life. Now, if you draw a card for any reason, Fasting is destroyed, so don't be doing that. Don't be drawing cards on my turf here. During your upkeep, put a hunger counter on Fasting. When a Fasting has 5 hunger counters on it, it is destroyed. Gaining 2 life for frickin' my draw step? Just gotta be kidding me. Nikachu should show us his cat every stream. You know, I would. Unfortunately, my cat spends a lot of time with me at my computer, but not while I'm talking. Cat doesn't like it. Cat doesn't like all the bright lights, you know? It just starts freaking out and wants to run away. Let's take a look at the next super chat from Yeezus. Thank you so much, Yeezus. Leyline of the Meek. I'd never heard of this one compared to all the other busted ley lines. Yeah, this one has to be bad since I've never heard of it. So, wait, okay, I'm just gonna guess. It's like 4 mana, and it's like, there's some sort of Meek card. It's like a 1 mana artifact, and creatures 3 power greater don't untap. 4 mana enchantment. If Leyline of the Meek is in your opening hand, you may begin begin the game with it in play. Oh, creature tokens get +1/+1? Really? Okay. There's another Meek card. I just thought it was going to be the same thing. Was Meek Stone? I was thinking of Meek Stone. Yeah, creatures with power 3 or greater, they don't untap. I thought that was going to be the same thing. I don't know why you need it in play immediately, but a lot of these ley lines don't make a whole lot of sense to me. Decent in a token deck if for not much else. And they had a force. They had a force that was like that too, which also didn't see a lot of love. Need a cat cam over their bed. I wonder, is she in your donut? She's in the donut. You know what? She's in her donut as we speak. She's sleeping. So yeah, there could be a cat cam. I do have an extra webcam. I don't know. Maybe I could figure something out. Yeah, maybe. Okay, you know what? It doesn't take me much effort to plug the damn thing in. Okay, we think about that. We have maybe a chubby meatball cat cam. We got chat over here, cat cam over here. Or maybe, I don't know, in the corner or something. For anyone that's want to spy on Chubby Meatball whenever she's sleeping. The M2 Titan type. Well, give me a Titan. You gotta give me a Titan here. You give me Titan? I look it up. Oh, this one, Frost Titan. A very unloved Titan. Was this the worst? Frost, not Forest. Give me Frost. Mr. Frost. Okay, this... Freeze, Batman! 6 mana for a 6/6. When Frost Titan becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 2. Was that the beginning of Ward? Is this Ward's origin? Is this the origin story to Ward? Should say Ward 2. Ward most definitely did not exist back then. Huh. I actually thought Ward came from the Warden of Waves. It was like Warden of Waves. So I guess I'm wrong. This thing came out 2017. It was the Warden of Waves, and it made you pay 2 when you targeted merfolk. But I'm wrong. Frost Titan like predates that. Okay, when Frost Titan enters the battlefield or attacks tap target permanent, it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step, which is like a stun counter. We got stun. So we've got stun, the origin of stun, or maybe the origin of stun, and ward from the same card. Yeah, not terrible. It's all relative, really. So it could be a bomb, but there's just even more bombs in the bomb cycle. That makes even uncounterable spells more expensive, not the same. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so it's more of a tax thing than a countering thing. True story. So maybe Warden of Waves is still the Ward origin story. Hexenort with Caveron. Memorial, the world. Where's the memorial? Oh, we did this one already. Sorry about the Hexenort. We did this one. Anna wants Drake Umbra. From the original Rise of Eldrazi Umbra Aura Cycle. Huh. Yeah, I totally forgot about this one. 5 mana. It's an aura. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +3/+3 and has flying. And also has totem armor. 33 cents. Never got reprinted. Nobody wants it. Let me look up Bear Umbra, which was from the same set. Oh yeah, tons of love. Reprinted millions of times. $9. There's just money all over the place for Bear Umbra. Bear Umbra all over the place. Oh yeah, because it untaps all lands you control. That's pretty spiffy. This one should be like when you attack, all your creatures gain flying or something. They underpowered this thing compared to the Bear Umbra. And it's more expensive too. Blue got completely ripped off. We got Pedgeman, you sort of have a donation. You got a shout out earlier. Waterbender Ascension. I'm just going to assume this is part of a cycle. I can't verify it. This is a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a quest counter on this enchantment. Then if it has 4 more quest counters on it, we get to draw a card. Is that it? Oh, it's got Waterbend 4. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. This is awful. I think that's just way too much work. Then whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, I gotta get 4 counters on this thing to start drawing cards. It's a little too much. This is too much work. There's cards out there where I'm allowed to attack with my card and I draw cards. Where I deal damage and I just draw a card for each creature that dealt damage. Ascensions are all really good. No black one though. Oh, they haven't finished the cycle, have they? Sybil Salt says, the Lorwyn command cycle outside of blue and white is pretty mid. I elect the red one. Well, what is it? Something command. Okay, well, I know it ends in the word command. There's too many command cards. Especially since there's a word. Okay, what if I look up? Not commander. Does anyone know what the red command is? Ugh, what if I go exclamation point command? Does that work? No, 0 cards found. Okay, I can't find it. If anyone knows the red command, let us know. Oh, okay, Sable Salt found it. Incendiary command. Yeah. You can't be like throwing things at me. The red card from this cycle or this and that. I don't know the names to any of these cards. And as a competitive player, I don't know the names of hardly any cards. I know what cards do legally, I cannot recite the cards for you if my life depended on it, and I most certainly don't know the names to anything. Okay, so Incendiary. It's actually Incendiary command. It's 5 mana for a sorcery, so this is not nearly as clever as Cryptic Command. Choose 2. Doesn't even have that many options. Incendiary Command deals 4 damage to target player, or Incendiary Command deals 2 damage to each creature, or... we do have 4 options here. Or destroy target non-basic land, or each player discards all cards in their hand, then draws that many cards. Oh! Get a bit of a windfall here. I don't know if people read the last sentence in this thing. It actually makes up for it, I think, by a pretty large deal. Just old formatting. Yeah, I guess the old formatting... Well, no, I'm just an idiot. When it says choose 2, that means there should probably be more than 2 options. Nikachu can't name all 27k Magic cards? Fake gamer. I know. Prove you're a Magic the Gathering player. Name all 27,000 cards in existence. Prove it. Nikachu, there's a reason you don't know the name. Only one to not be reprinted. It's bad even during its time. Oh, I don't even know the name to good cards. I don't know. As the problem is, my brain has limited capacity for mental space. So as I learn new cards and their abilities, the useless crap goes out the other way. If I need to name Pithing Needle, I'll just describe the card that I'm talking about. Next up, do we have any other no card yet people yet? Kevin says, somehow I keep thinking Nikachu making the sound "nee." Well, no. Not very often, anyhow. Okay, Menacee, Bounty of the Hunt. Because we're on no 2 cards yet. Bounty of the... I thought that was a decent card. As suggested, the only other... Oh, this one. The only other card in the cycle I wanted that has only 1 Pro Tour top 8, but I guess we can compare it to the rest of the cycle and say very bad. So 5 mana instant, you may remove a green card in your hand from the game rather than pay Bounty of the Hunt's mana cost. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+1. Target creature gets +1/+1, and target creature gets +1/+1. Could say that's a giant growth, but it's diversified. It's like Fury, except not a creature. Imagine if they made a creature version of this. So instead of... what came out at that time? Endurance. So Endurance could have been like a creature version that buffed up your creatures. Put the +1/+1 counters on it. We got Jugen from Mercenary. The Rising Star. Were any of these good? Maybe at the time they were good. I think they've all aged very badly. They're all worthless. Jugen the Rising Star, a 6 mana 5/5 Dragon Spirit. From the dragon cycle from Champions of Kamigawa. Flying. When Jugen the Rising Star dies, you may distribute 5 +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures. Yeah, anytime you have to put like a bunch of +1/+1 stuff on creatures, it's just worthless. Hexanort. Welcome. Season of the Bold. Almost read that as Season of the Bald. You know, maybe it's summer. Everyone shaves their head, you know? It's hot. Having hair is a cost when it's really sunny outside. Season of the Bold, however, is a 5 mana sorcery. Oh, you get the paw. I love these paw cards. Too bad they're worthless. Choose up to 5 paw worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. It's like one of those things. You have $15. Choose your team, and the team has a different value to it. So I got $5. I could get 5 treasure tokens. I could get 2 exile the top 2 cards of my library until the end of my next turn. I can play them. Or I can get at least 1 of until the end of your next turn. Whenever you cast a spell, Season of the Bold deals 2 damage to up to 1 target creature. You know, I think it just sounds better if we just call it Season of the Bald. Season of the Bald. There's nothing wrong. It's beautiful being bald. There's a lot of great people bald. Okay, we have Matt M. Klosky with Oketra's Last Mercy. That sounds bad. That just the name of the card is just sounds bad. It sounds like it sounds terrible. 3 mana for a sorcery. Your life total becomes equal to your starting life total. Okay, that's not the worst. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step. That's quite the cost. Anna asks, are cards based of previous made cycles count like Circle of Protection Shadow? Yes, that definitely counts. That's a big cycle. So we can go Circle of Protection Shadow, like a hyper specific. Is this even like, what does this do? 2 mana enchantment, prevent all damage to you from a creature with shadow. How many shadow creatures are there now? Like maybe you might come across one. Complete junk. Overlord of the Mistmoors. The Overlord are all decent, but this one's the worst. Mistmoors literally saw play. A lot of play. It was very strong. Super. It was I'm pretty sure it was at least a standard and pioneer staple. Hollow Leeching Lucid was the worst of the Lycids. Sorry, Leeching Lycid? The hell is that? A squid? It's a 2 mana 1/1 for a black tap. Leeching Lycid loses this ability and becomes a creature enchantment that reads during the upkeep of enchanted creature's controller. Leeching Lycid deals 1 damage to that player instead of a creature. Moving Leeching Lycid onto target creature, you may pay black to end this effect. I can't remember. Sounds so similar to this other weird card. We got the Leeching Lycid. The Leeching. Is this your idea? Or is this a completely different person asking for Leeching Lycid? I think this reminds me of Leech. Is it just the card called Leech that did something similar? Next, we got a super chat from Dark Silver Cloud, gifting a card request for someone else. Happy holidays! Thanks so much, Dark Silver Cloud. So who's gonna get a super chat? Let's give it to Etnik with the Torchling. You got a super chat, Etnik. Okay, 5 mana for the when did they finish this off? Probably not here. I don't think Planar Chaos was the point where they ended this cycle. 5 mana for a 3/3 shapeshifter. Could pay a red to untap our Torchling. I don't know what that sounds very color shifted. Pay a red. Target creature blocks Torchling this turn if able. That's also really weird. For a red, change the target of target spell that targets only Torchling. That's interesting. That's a lot of mana though to turn it into like a lightning rod. And of course you can spend a mana to give it +1/-1 or -1/+1. That's for sure. No, it's not finished yet. Yeah, I knew it took a long time to finish the thing. Back in 2007. Wow, Planar Chaos Day. That was 20 years ago, or almost 20 years ago. Long time ago. Too long. Makes me feel old. It's because I am old. Next up, let's take a look at. We have Trent Sims with Cavalier of Gales. I believe this is I think this is a Cavalier cycle. 5 mana for a 5/5 Elemental Knight. Flying. When Cavalier of Gales enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. When Cavalier of Gales dies, shuffle into its owner's library, then scry 2. Don't worry, Cavalier of Gales. We can find you again. No matter how lost you get, there will be a light that will find you. And that light only goes 2 cards deep into the deck. We got Barracat Music. Thank you very much for your super chat. I think the Chaos Lace is pointless from the Lace cycle. I didn't even know there was a Lace cycle. Okay, red, interrupt. Change the color of target spell or target permanent to red. Cost to cast, tap, maintain, or use a special ability of target remain unchanged. If I'm not mistaken, I think all these... This is a cycle. Yeah, the whole... David says the whole Lace cycle is pointless. Well, they had an idea, right? At some point at the time. I think the idea would... I bet Circle of Protection was so broken back then. That was just the meta. You just have to change the color of your spells to get around their circle of protections. How could you speak of my Achroma Angel of Wrath like that? How could you do that to her? What is Achroma Angel of Wrath? You know I play this in pre-modern. Thank you very much. I will not hear this blasphemy of Achroma. Is it banned somewhere? No, it's not banned anywhere. Achroma definitely sees some play. We talked about Chronotog earlier, but did not make it an official. Is Chronotog really that bad? Chronotog. So we briefly. Oh, this one. No, isn't this is a combo card, right? Skip your next turn. Oh, it says only activate once each turn. I can't. This is still a combo card though. Like it's $10 for a reason, so it's not that bad. It has a purpose. There's a world where it's good. Yeah, Nikachu is Achroma's greatest soldier. That's right, Achroma. I bow and grovel before Achroma. Felicia with a mad blind mountain. The worst of all the mountains. Worst cycle from Shadowmoor. You make it sound like that's like Shadowmoor itself is a cycle. Okay, it is a mountain. Comes into play tapped, and for a red tap, shuffle your library. Play this ability only if you control 2 or more red permanents. Yeah, I don't know if I just need to shuffle my deck that badly. These days, like we shuffle for free with a lot of our cards. You just play any card, and we have to shuffle our library. I love shuffling, but I don't think I'm gonna play Mind Blind Mountain to do it. Toilet Duck wants summon Choco Mog. Basically, all the other summon cards do something more interesting than give creatures +1/+0. Oh, for 4 turns, we are just getting Stampede. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Is that it? Does it flip? Does it do anything? Does nothing. Pretty pointless. Circle of Protection Red is the only good one. Well, these days. I don't know about back then. I can't really speak for the metagame back in like 1995. But I imagine, I bet Circle of Protection Black saw play. I bet red and black were the most popular ones. Maybe even green. Just as, you know, like if someone, for example, talking about the Circle of Protections. So let's get Circle of Protection Shadow. Just talking about the Circle of Protections. In a control deck, I mean, if you play like Circle of Protection green, you'll force the green player to like commit a lot of creatures on the board to overload the Circle of Protection. And then boom, Wrath of God. That's it. They chop your creatures down to size. Circle of Protection blue, early blue, magic blue decks typically did damage via black vise. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, you want to talk about, so Circle of Protection blue. Even by today's standards, this is probably the worst one. There's not a lot of blue creatures out. I mean, I'm not saying there's a lot of blue creatures. The times where there is a blue creature, it's literally one in play. Do they see any play in pre-modern? I want to say no. Maybe Circle of Protection white? Maybe. Because there's a lot of strong red decks in pre-modern. A ton of strong red decks. I recently saw a pretty hilarious mono blue burn commander deck. Yeah, I bet the metagame didn't have Circle of Protection blue for it. That's for sure. All right, next up. Johnny Cat says the hardest one to find was COP Artifact. Everyone wanted Circle of Protection Artifact. Oh, back then. Yeah, there might have been a time where Circle of Protection Artifact was good. Teferi's Vacation combo uses those skip the next turn abilities. Absolutely. I think there's a few combos surrounding that Atog. Steve Cooper wants Pact of the Titan. Yeah, if you want to actually play this card for the sake of... The only thing this is good for is activating Hive Mind. That's it. I saw a little bit of play for that, but that's about it. Bob Talks Bridge, Snow-Covered Wastes. No, that's actually a really popular card, by the way. Just because for the decks that need to play, like the Eldrazi decks. Let's look at Snow-Covered Wastes. So the deal is, if you're a Eldrazi deck, you don't have access to a whole lot of wastelands. And so this was one way of diversifying your lands while also getting access to snow, if you need snow. So it actually sees some play. It sort of feels pointless if you're not in a colorless deck, I get it, but it actually does see play. Yeah, but aren't they still the worst out of the snow-covered basics? Okay, that's a fair argument. Okay. You know what? I think of all the other snow lands, that is probably the weakest one of the, like, adding just one generic mana. Don't know why I would want this over, say, blue, red, green, black, or red. It's true story. We got Etnik with Endurance. No, that's card's way too strong. That was a very, very good card in the pitch creature cycle. Still sees play. We have Benjamin Berkey with what is this? Foresian Totem. Glad you didn't misspell that. It's a 3-mana artifact. Tap, add a red to your mana pool, and for 5 mana, it becomes a 4/4 red giant artifact creature with trample until end of turn. As long as Foresian Totem is a creature, it can block an additional creature. When mana rock, honestly, these mana rocks are so much better. These 3-mana mana rocks are so much better than the crap that they make today. These cards have gotten worse. These types of cards. What cycle is Ice Cauldron from? Like, I'm familiar with the card, and that's bad, but I just don't know what cycle it is. Joker is like, I got a question. I'm new to MTG. Welcome to Magic the Gathering. I'll tell you this much. You're gonna need money. You're gonna need a lot of money, unless you just like to play for the love of the game, which in that case you can play with off of very little money. You're gonna be playing with a lot of commons and uncommons. I'm new to MTG, and I bought a collector box from Avatar. Congratulations! I got Toph, the first metal bender. Oh my god, I did too. Card with no text on the front, just a golden autograph. It says 94 out of 95. You got a sounds like you got a serialized card. Congratulations. I don't know what they go for. What does Toph, the first metal bender serialized card value? What do we got here? It's approximately, let's see. Can we find? We're going to go on a rabbit hole. We're going to go on a little bit of a little diversion here. How much is it? So, like, I don't know. Google's telling me it's like $800. But I don't know how to find the most expensive one. Sort by highest price. Does it look like this? Is it one of these things? Is this serialized? I can't tell. Is it green? Does it look like this? They see it. This is in Canadian dollars, so they could be easily over $1,000. Well, in Canadian, so like I guess it's it's like $800 or higher or something. It's big money. All right, it's big money. Congratulations. Big money. The Toph card you got is an art card. They're just collectible extras. They aren't worth much. Oh, well, this has no text on it either. But I don't see anything serialized here. Okay. Okay, is this it? Thank you guys a lot for your help. That's so kind. I didn't find anywhere, not even a picture. No, it's not the green. Oh, then it's, they could be, is it an art card? Okay, let's look at the art card before we confuse the crap out of you. Okay, hold on. Toph, that card is worthless. Toph, the first metal bender art card. I don't know what that looks like, though. Oh, this thing, maybe. Hold on. Copy image. Where am I supposed to put this thing? Copy link address. Is it this? It's $1. Gold signature means it's from the art card. I know. I feel so bad. I hope you didn't go anywhere. Like, I showed the look. This thing is like $800. This one is worthless. Well, I mean, it's worth $8. This is such a lopsided thing. Oh, okay, hold on. I thought it's something rare. No, it's just an art card. But you know, there are these cards that say like it has a number, this and that, and like there are some, they're called serialized cards, but I didn't know that there's a serialization on the what's it called, serialization on the art cards. Okay, you like it? That's good. That's what matters the most. And it's your first set. Congratulations, Joker. Okay, getting loosely back to our show. I didn't mind doing that at the end because, like, usually the show's over at this point. It was a big swing of emotions. I've been there before. Oh my god, this is worth a lot of money. Oh, wait a minute. This is from Chronicles for anyone that's been in the same spot. Okay, we have... okay, Manose has a super chat here. Teleria. Oh, yeah. From that land cycle. This is pretty bad. This is... Okay, it's at least... It's in the same cycle as Caracas. This one, however, tap for a blue mana or tap during your upkeep. Remove. You gotta remove the banding or bans with other ability from target creature until end of turn. This is to undo the other cards that give banding to cards. What's funny, it's still worth like $8, I guess, from collector value. If you like that Nicola Leonard art. It's so good. Next up, we got Trent Sims also with the super chat. The top card. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that was the top card. So we're gonna donate that super chat to. Someone have no card yet. Bell doesn't have a card. We gotta give that super chat to you then, Bell. Breaking Wave. Breaking Wave is a 4-mana sorcery. You may play Breaking Wave anytime. You could play an instant if you pay 2 more to play it. Oh, that's like 6 mana. Simultaneously untap all tap creatures and tap all untap creatures. That's a unique effect. I don't know what cycle this came from, though. I guess some sort of cycle where you have to pay 2 mana to give it instant speed ability. We did Overlord of the Flood Pits. Yeah, it was a terrible Overlord. The whole cycle is not good. This whole cycle is so bad, it's not memorable at all. All right, who else? Who doesn't have a single? Who didn't get a single card yet? The Big Squig, I don't think got a card. Lithatog. It's funny, we're just gonna name all Viatogs. All Viatogs suck. This isn't that bad, is it? 3 mana for a 1/2. Sack an artifact, it gets +1/+1. Sack a land, it gets +1/+1. Oh, is that how the Atogs worked? They had like, they shared all the abilities. So if you had red in the Atog, then you could sack artifacts. Then if you had green, you could sack lands. Or it feels like they're sharing. Sharing is caring. Who saved us? What was that big? Who saved that big super chat? We would have never. Trent Sims, thanks so much for donating $5 so that our new friend didn't walk away thinking they found something that was $800. Because I don't know what they saw. I have no idea what they saw. I know what I see on eBay, but that's about it. We did Overlord of the Flood Pits, damn it. We did this one. Okay, let's get Turiot with Verdurous Gearhulk. Green Gearhulk? Okay, sure. Okay, 5 mana for a 4/4 Trampler. When it enters the battlefield, distribute 4+1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. If I remember correctly, though, this did see a little bit of standard play. Just a little bit. Not too much. We've got... Oh, how dare you say that about subtlety. Oh! Oh! How dare you. Is it, well, hold on. Is it the... Yeah, is it the worst? Maybe it is. So, Grief... Subtlety. All right, the show is about the worst from each cycle. I mean, it's a good card, but it's the worst. It's probably the worst out of the cycle. Endurance. I mean, it's either this or Endurance. And maybe they're both in the same league, yeah. You got the sharing part of the Atog cycle, right? I knew it. Christopher B with Sailmonger. What the hell is this? 4 mana 3/3. It's a Monger. Is there a Monger cycle? For 2 mana, target creature gains flying until end of turn. Any player may play this ability. This is from Mercadian Masks. I thought I saw every card from Mercadian Masks. I owned so many of those cards. Like when I first started playing Magic, that was like the default set that I would always ask for with my store credit. I don't remember this card. It's so easy. It's so not even worth remembering. Very forgettable. That's the word I was thinking of. Very, very, very forgettable. What else have we got here? Anna wants Rites of Initiation. This is a red instant from Odyssey. Discard any number of cards at random from your hand. Oh god. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn for each card discarded this way. Isn't this one with nothing? Discard any number of cards at random from your hand. Creatures you control get... This is strictly better one with nothing in red. That is completely unbelievable. Look, they made one with nothing before one with nothing came out. Everyone's so excited about one with nothing. This is literally the same thing. If one with nothing one day gets worth, like, I don't know, $1 billion, like, just find out there's another one with nothing. There's no difference. If anything, this is a more flexible one with nothing, because you don't have to discard every card in your hand. You could choose to hold some back if you wanted to. Yeah, it's one with something. I didn't know there was, like, a second one with nothing. This card definitely is getting no love. And it's like 17 cents. Well, it's a common. It's like a common too. Yeah, you choose the number, and also there's a green and blue version of the same cycle. Oh yeah, maybe there's... Yeah, I think you're right. It's like a blue and an X or something. And you can choose 0 with the X. There's a lot of one with nothings. Yeah, it's one with anything. Okay, let's go with Castle Embereth. I guess that's the red one, Etnik. Castle Embereth. I think this is a little... Maybe this is the worst one. Is this the worst one? I can't remember what the white one... No, Castle Ardenvale makes creatures. That's good. Castle Vantress scries. The black one draws cards. Can't remember what the green one is. Whatever, this one's pretty bad too. So, enters tapped unless you control a mountain, you add a red, and for 3 mana, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Probably good for the token strategy. Bell, Eagles of the North. Six mana for a 3/3 bird soldier flying, and when it enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain flying until end of turn. Was this like the plane site or the land cycling thing? I think it was the land cycling cycle. My brain got tripped up because I already said the word cycle. Something to that idea. Okay, let's get Old Boy's last one for the last one. Healer's Headdress. Same cycle as Cranial Plating and... Oh my goodness! Same cycle as Cranial Plating and Nurok's Stealth Suit. Well, I don't know about Nurok's Stealth Suit either. So the Headdress is a 2-mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +0/+2 and has tap. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Oh, you have double white. So attach healer's headdress to target creature you control. Equip for a black. Yeah, I forgot. Cranial plating has the double black, and you can like move it at instant speed. Wow, this is not even close. It's not even comparable here. Corey's like, have we done Nomad Stadium? Oh, now you're making me curious. Okay, what's Nomad Stadium? Oh, Castle Garenbrig was OP. That's right. Yeah, that was a very strong castle. Nomad Stadium, a land, tap for a white. Deals 1 damage to you. Threshold. Oh, you can. Oh yeah, you can gain 5 life. That sounds beautiful. All right, everyone. Thanks for everyone showing up today. It was a really nice show. There's a lot of uniquely bad cards. Because when you don't look for the worst, but the worst of each cycle, we find new worst cards than we didn't even know before. And I just learned there's a bunch of new 1 with nothings. I thought 1 with nothing was the only 1 with nothing. Apparently it's 1 with something. It's 1 with a family. We do the show weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there, please. And I will be there too. And thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show, or even Super Chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. People like Christopher B., Steve Cooper, Bell, Etnick, Anna, Barracat, Little Deadfly, Benjamin Berkey, Adeptus, Talks Bridge, Old Boy. We got Bell and we taught a new Magic player the emotional roller coaster of opening cards. I know. We've all been there. It's like, oh my god. This thing's like $100. Oh, near mint and foil and the old foil, not the current foil. New foil is worthless. And we got Fat Pony and yeah, Menose and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.